Jenelle Evans is not a perfect person. It's not exactly breaking news though, is it? She's had a ridiculously troubled life, from her teen pregnancy to her downward spiral with drug use to her long history of getting mad and assaulting people. She's almost died from a heroin overdose. She's been arrested more times than we can count. And then there are all the things she's done that aren't technically crimes, but still pretty terrible. For instance, like all those times that she's lost her temper and had a full-on meltdown in front of her children. It's happened a few times now, and it's always hard to watch, but it seems like we're just going to have to deal with it. As much as Jenelle has changed in regards to giving up drugs and getting arrested, she still hasn't really worked on her anger problems. We'll see that in the upcoming season of Teen Mom 2, and in a troubling new sneak peek just shared by MTV. In the clip, Jenelle and her boyfriend, Eason, are moving out of their old house and into the home they had built out in the Carolina swamplands. She's tending to Kaiser, and she's also very pregnant with Ainsley, so David and some of his buddies are doing all the heavy lifting. But he's still not doing enough for Jenelle. David and his friends are taking a break, she explains, and I'm annoyed because they're not even close to being done. She seems to want to get out of their current house as quickly as possible, but moving is hard and breaks are important, you know? Sadly, we see her take her frustrations out on adorable little Kaiser. He asks for some pizza, and she roughly slings him into a high chair so he can eat it. Then, a couple of hours later, David's friends leave, and she's upset now because they still have to go pick up keys for their new house. He calls the realtor's office and finds out that it's closed, and things get worse from there. She said she would be there at 8 a.m. Jenelle tells him in disbelief, but as David points out, it's 4 p.m. and also a Saturday. Like, yeah, Jenelle, you're frustrated, but be a little reasonable. Well, now where are we going to sleep? A hotel? She asks him. What are we going to do? We need to contact someone. It's a weird situation. She acts like they need to be out of the house immediately, but they're obviously very, very far from being completely moved. However, as she tells him, staying in the house simply is not an option. I'll freak out, you know that? If I have to stay in this house another day? She says. David starts to get a little angry at that, and he tells her, I told you this morning, go to the damn house. Yeah, with Kaiser? She argues. It's hard. You act like because we didn't get absolutely everything out of the house today we couldn't have went and got keys, he says. You act like it's my fault when I told you at least 6 times, hey, leave. I can't do it with Kaiser, she repeats. And yeah, managing a toddler while very pregnant is hard, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and if she's having such a hard time being pregnant with a toddler, how's she dealing with a toddler and an infant? At this point in the argument, they start screaming over each other, and it's kind of hard to understand what they're saying. Oh, and did we mention that Kaiser is right there for all of this? David tells her to just take Kaiser and go to a hotel, and he'll stay at the house and finish cleaning and getting everything ready. Which honestly is a nice offer, a hotel over cleaning and moving. Is that even a choice? But that's still not good enough for Jenelle, who sarcastically says that it'll be so much fun to take Kaiser to a hotel. What is wrong with this girl? Serious question.